Hey, everybody, this is Jim Horn, and this is another episode of Traverse Talks. I thought springtime is the time when we need to talk about the roads in Grand Traverse County, and I thought I'd let you listen into the presentation that Mr. Dan Watkins, our road guy, gave to the County Commission on May 7th. And then a couple of the county commissioners had questions right after his presentation. So why don't we listen to Dan, and I will interject where necessary. He gives a great presentation. This is a great guy. He's working like heck to get our roads in great shape. So let's listen to Dan, and hopefully you'll get an idea of what's coming up for the roads for the springtime and in the summer.
Mr. Watkins, Road Commission update. Thank you for waiting this morning, sir.
Good morning. Dan Watkins, Grand Traverse County Road Commission Manager. I thought I'd start off today with the meetings attended here the last month. Was at the Long Lake, Whitewater, East Bay, and Garfield Township meetings. Township meetings that I had with individual township supervisors talk about road projects, features of their township, was Mayfield, Garfield, Long Lake, and Whitewater. Had several bids come back in, which is great for us. We're able to start moving forward here on projects. Our bids came in for chip seal, our wedging, our traffic counts came in. I think I talked about that last time that we were going out for traffic counts for the entire county to get that approved, and they're going to start moving forward on that. I was actually surprised how quickly they're going to be able to do that. It's about a 3-month project. So they're hoping to start here shortly. And by the end of August, we should have counts on all of our local roads. So that'll be great. It'll be the first time we've done that. We also had some in-house trainings here recently. We had a safety day. We got everybody at the Road Commission CPR certified. We did first aid, and we did traffic control with coming up with all the upcoming work we have and influx of people. We wanted to make sure that everybody was up to date and certified and traffic control. So we did that one as well. The other one we did was, it's an OSHA level class, and we did the first level last year. We did the second level this year of chainsaws. And this one, they did more work with like hung up trees and different issues. So out of the 83 counties, the biggest injury report out of all the workers is trees. So that's the biggest thing that we found dangerous. So we wanted to get everybody. So now all of our guys are OSHA 1 and OSHA 2 certified. Once you're OSHA 2 certified, you can go for a certification for storm cleanup. Storm cleanup is the most dangerous that they find. So we're hoping to be able to do that now. So a couple of really great trainings. Frost laws came off 4/15, so that was great news. Luckily, our shop was ready to go. They had all of our semi-trucks, our trailers, our mowers ready to go. So we hit the ground running. The biggest thing that we've been working on right now out of the gate is the high ridge. And that's where I've talked about where the dirt and soil builds up above the asphalt. We come through, we try to get that so that water runs off. Again, that water's our enemy for keeping those roads in good shape. And with the roads being $1 million a mile to replace, it's everything we can do to save.
Did you hear that, folks? You want to replace a road in Grand Traverse County? It's $1 million a mile. And quite frankly, you don't have that kind of money. You can only do it selectively. I believe the chip seal that he talked about cost about $300,000 to $400,000 a mile. Working on roads is expensive. I'll let Dan continue.
Our road system right now, so that's what we're out there working on. A couple other updates. I know one commissioner that represents Long Lakes. I'm probably pretty happy about this one. Mm-hmm. Road safety audit for Cedar Run and Gray Road. That's going to start May 18th and 19th. So what they're going to do is they'll come in, they'll do a nighttime study, and they'll also do a daytime study, and then they'll come back and they'll come up with what their best recommendation is for the work there, what we should do with that intersection. So that's something that we applied for last year, those road safety audits. We just applied again this year. And this year, we applied for this one last year. We didn't receive anything, but we're hopeful this year. We came back with another plan. We kind of wrote it a little different this year. And that's Straight Road and Long Lake there, kind of that Moomers intersection. So we're hoping to have this same study done next year. What we hope that comes out of that is we can get some funding, some grants, and that hopefully we can do something with those intersections and projects. So The other thing that we attended, almost forgot about that one. Out on Ramsey Road, there's a bridge that collapsed out there, and we've been working with the CRA to get that replaced. That is moving forward, and it looks like they're going to secure some funding. We're looking at next year to get that bridge up and running. So that's all I had for today. As always, free for any questions or if anybody has anything.
Okay, two of the commissioners, Commissioner McAllister is up next, and then Commissioner Spence, they have a couple of questions regarding roads in their particular district. So let's listen to them.
Could you tell us what's going on out at Green Lake? You guys have worked on Euchre, Hamlin Road and widening the roads and doing stuff on 31. Can you give us kind of a time frame of what you're doing and how long it's going to take?
Yeah, definitely what's going out there is it's really good for the county. The state is putting the new roundabout in Interlochen next year. In order to do that, they're going to shut that down. They're going to do a full detour. So what they're doing is that's going to be the detour route. And they're out there right now widening the shoulders. They're going to do some overlays. They're going to improve those roads for us because they're going to be sending all that traffic. But what's great for us is when they do these kinds of repairs, these could be 10 to 20-year repairs on our roads. So they'll be doing those throughout the summer. And then, next year we'll see an increased traffic volume there. They'll get the roundabout done, and then they'll go back to just being a normal local road, but they'll be improved.
So are you going to restrict 31 this summer, or that'll be just next summer?
I believe that's next summer. I think there is going to be a small restriction from the state. There's a bridge there that I think they're going to do a little bit of work. I understand there's just kind of a big bump there that everybody hits. I think there might be a little restriction during that time, but for the most part, I don't think there's going to be a lot this year. The big one's going to be next year.
Thanks.
Commissioner Spence.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I wanted to bring up the road safety audit on Gray Road and Long Lake Road coming up on Sunday, May 18th at night. And then on Monday, May 19th, that's going to be a daytime study. Just from my own personal experience using that intersection between 8:45 and 9 a.m., I think it's really critical to make sure that whoever's being contracted to do that road safety audit is there during that time. Is there any way to make sure that they're there?
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have a kickoff meeting, and they're actually going to ask us what we think the most important times are, what we're seeing with that intersection, and we can definitely relay that message.
I think what you can hear here is there's a lot of puzzle pieces that go on when we work on fixing the roads, and it's not necessarily an easy job, and we're never going to get them all fixed, folks. So, they just try to, get the worst ones, and then whatever's next after that. I mean, that's part of our road system here. Unfortunately, it's not an easy fix. I remember Watkins talking, and I believe it was last year, he was talking about what it would cost to fix all the roads. They did a survey, and I think it was like, to bring them all up to spec, it was like about $200 million. And there isn't $200 million anywhere near Grand Traverse County to bring them up to spec. So they obviously isolate the bad ones, work on them, and you can tell from Dan's conversation, they also do maintenance to make sure the roads don't deteriorate any faster than they already do. My hat's off to Watkins. I've listened to him on a lot of these different commission meetings, and he's very thorough. He's willing to work with the commissioners. He doesn't push back. He's just a good guy doing a good job and trying to make our roads safe. Anyway, folks, this is Jim Horn, and this is another episode of Traverse Talks.